lost somebody lost car keys. I don't know the model because it looks like a copy. So if you've lost car keys, is it Mercedes Benz? I wouldn't know because it's a copy. So there's no logo in it or anything. It's not yours because it's not the Mercedes. Yeah, because if I said somebody lost the keys to the Jaguar, everybody would be like, it's mine. It's mine. Okay. But if you've lost keys, I'll just leave them at the back with the sound there. You can see a gentleman called Donald. If it's yours. We shouldn't find you trying all the keys in the parking lot now. All the cars, rather. You will know it's not yours, okay? All right, now, before we move on to the next part of our program, which is the exhibitions and presentations, it's just something interesting that the internet has opened up. Just remember, your friends can stream this, or your family, especially for the people that are exhibiting. The website is Namibia ICT Summit.na. Just share that. We're live right now. The picture you're seeing there is on the internet. And Trevor said something interesting. What the internet has done is it's made local people international, you know. Like, I can ask somebody at the back there, like, where Old Trafford is, like, exactly, but they don't know where their best friend's house is, like the earth number. But you know what's happening in London, you know, and I've noticed people want to be foreign, if I should say it like that. You know, Trevor said something interesting, like, you see this guy walking into a French restaurant, and he wants to be French, and all of a sudden, when you're with him at Kapana, he's like, hey, bossa, yeah, just $20, man. But you take him to a French restaurant, all of a sudden, like, good evening. Please have the creme brulee and the filet mignon. All of a sudden, like even the accent changes, but it's true. And then you get people who live in town when they go to Kapana now. All of a sudden, it's, who's that Melanie? Can I just have $20? You know what I'm saying? So the internet has really made us want to be like culturally diversified. But let me just please help me welcome all the exhibitors and all the people who are presenting now. Just give them a round of applause because this is. Yeah, we are encouraging them before they even show it because it takes a lot of work to come up with these things that they're showing us today. So don't worry, you don't have to stand up. Everything is going to be on that screen. This one, this side. So our first exhibitor, or if I should call you that, yeah, the first innovator is somebody who goes by the name Nabot Nathaniel with something called Save My City. Are you going to be moving? You can just use that mic if you want. Okay. Yo, a second.
No sound. No sound. Give me that.
Wait, no, it's
The sound?
yeah.
Thank you everyone for the opportunity. My name is Nabot Nathaniel, as you can see on the screen. And my colleague is Yalo Christoph. And today I present to you Save My City. So what is Save My City? So Save My City actually was brought up because of 4 questions, which were how can we create a civic participation through mobile phones within the city, and how can we create a bi-directional communication and collaboration between the citizens and the authorities to solve social problems, and how can we manage and monitor or analyze what has been submitted, and how long did it take for it to be resolved. Okay, so actually for now I only have screenshots of the application, but after I'm done with the whole presentation, I'll show you the entire app and actually show you how it works. But for now, this is a screenshot, so eventually if you log into our application, what you see is a landing page where you can either log in or browse as a guest. Alternatively, you can actually sign in with Facebook or Gmail. Then as soon as you sign in, what happens is that you have a map of Namibia, whereby it's kind of outlined in a way that you can only see the city of Windhoek map, meaning whatsoever issue you are posting is only be in the very same residential area. So after you posted all the issues, or the citizen actually engage with the citizens, or with the government, the list of issues will be on the mobile app. And if you have a similar issue, you don't have to repost it all over again. What you do actually just like it or actually vote in favor for it to be fixed. So what happens is that you're walking around the street and you see a specific issue. So what happens is that you take a photo of it, you choose a very predefined logo, not logo, but predefined category by the authorities. Then you write a small description and a short title. Then it takes your GPS location of where you are. In that way, actually, it locates that, yes, there is this specific issue and in this specific location. So this is what happened now if you browse in. Actually, let me say this now, trash in the street. So I took a picture of it, then I say, no, it's in this location, and I say, no, waste disposal, and I say now, it's in maybe Windhoek West or Windhoek North, by judging on my location. Now what happened is that, so me as a citizen, if I log into my Save My City app, I actually get to see this specific issue and I actually vote in favor to be fixed if I actually see the very similar issue. Then what happened is that now I actually want to see what kind of issues are in my vicinity. Let me say, I will now choose from my range. I said, 2 kilometers from here, what kind of issues have been posted? So I can be aware of them that maybe I live in Windhoek West, but in the next street or the next street after next street, maybe there is a very same or similar issue. One more thing, actually, now time filter it and say, I want to see the issues that have been posted within the very first month until the second month. Then you can filter it and actually see it. One more thing is that now after you posted an issue, there's a timeline that you actually kind of follow. Let me say, if I post an issue to be submitted, then the authority has to acknowledge that yes, the issue is there. And it will show the time and the date it was acknowledged. It will show on progress, meaning the attending on the issue. Then you say, yes, the issue is closed or resolved and archived. This actually just kind of create that how long do actually the municipality or the authority takes to fix the issue. Because sometimes you can report an issue, but it could take 3 or 4 months to be resolved, which is a bit of a challenge. Now this is just a login screen. Now actually I was trying to localize the app to multiple languages, but I thought indigenous languages are quite a lot. We have 14 ethnic languages, so I said, no, let me meet in the middle and choose Afrikaans, where actually we can meet in the middle. Then actually now it's the very same screenshots, but now it's in Afrikaans. So what we have here now, after the mobile app works in correspondence with the web-based interface. Whatsoever you post, it appears immediately on the web platform. So after this, I'm just going to show you the real app application. I'm going to walk over there and actually just show you how it works. Then you actually can see and actually have a few questions about the mobile app. And my colleague over there will also be posting some issue. Actually, you'll see how it appears instantly on the platform. So I'll be working over there. Hello? Okay, so what's going to happen now, my colleague... Hello? Okay. So what's going to happen now, my colleague will post an issue on the platform, then you're actually going to see how it will appear instantly. So Yalo, can you post a specific issue, just try and take a dummy photo. So what happened is that now you spot a specific issue in the city or in your area, you take a photo of it, as Yalo is doing now. Then you go onto the mobile app. Okay, still waiting. Okay, are you done? Okay, so now let me just refresh the page and see how it goes. As you can see, this is a posted issue. It actually shows the time it was taken and it was submitted. So what happened is that now, if I'm to go in any specific issue which was closed, let me say this one, if I say more details, okay. Actually, to show the description and the photo of the issue and the location where it's located, and most importantly, to show the timeline that yes, it was submitted, and yes, it was on progress, it was closed. So actually, the timeline is there of how long it takes actually to actually finish or resolve the issue. And after that, the most important thing is about the managers and the authorities. So what is in for them? So there are analytics that actually they can use. Let me, here it is. So now the authority can actually now have some analytics and say, yes, what kind of issues are actually happening in Windhoek. So let me say, I can say from the start date and the end date. And I say go. If I say go, it will preview all the issues that have been submitted in Windhoek from the time, starting date and the end time. So let me say I go in and I view this one in Venue Park. Let me see what's there. So it shows, but this is a dummy photo I have taken. It shows a description and the category of the issue. So let me go back. Let me go down. So actually it shows the number of total issues have been submitted within the issue, within the platform, the categories. Then it also shows the more like analytics or graphs of how many issues in each category have been posted, and also shows the status of the issue as well. And the performance actually shows which issues has been on progress. As you can see, this has been on progress for 10 days, which is quite less days than the other issues. At the same time, you can see now by more like a pie chart, you just showcasing or doing some analytics of how many issues and which kind of issues. So it's parking, dangerous building, abandoned vehicle, and most importantly, the users who submitted the issues and the votes, the comments, and everything. So actually, the analytics actually quite very important for the authorities or for the managers to actually see what kind of issues have been posted within the city. Yeah, that's it for my presentation, and I thank you, everyone.
All right, I know you're multitasking there. Just another round of applause for Neville. That is wonderful stuff. So we can all become, responsible for our city, and I think the city of Windhoek would find that very useful, and also us as well. You find broken pipes, dangerous drainages or something like that. It can be a very, very useful app. So, are there any questions by the audience? I like Jan more. They're very active. Why isn't anybody asking questions this side? That's why you're not winning gifts. Next, I'm bringing cash prizes. Then everybody's going to start asking questions. All right, so okay, I only have one mic. If I can just get another one.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I would just like to ask, are there, okay, maybe let's say a robbery is in place. So maybe I take a picture of the robbery or the robber or something like that. will the city of Windhoek or the police be the first to see it, or do they like only like would they only log in maybe like monthly, like after the thing has happened, or is there actually someone who will be present at the moment to see what is happening at the time so that the matter can be addressed faster or something like that?
Thank you for the question. Actually, it's a very good question. Actually, Save My Cities for non-emergency issues, meaning it's not issues as you say is a robbery. Let me say if I see some trash in the street, those are non-emergency issues. So actually, Save My only caters for non-emergency issues.
I think for emergencies, we call the police directly. Thank you very much, Nabot. Was that question for Commas Dow or was it just? I heard it's dangerous out there. All right, we still have more exciting things to look at. As I said, today is all about the youth and the innovations they're working on. I'm sure you'll pick something important from that, and we can support. If this thing is launched, I think it would be good for everybody to download it and just be a responsible citizen. Now, please help me welcome our next exhibitor with a project called Aquatech, Mr. Enko. Or did I say it correct? Is it Inco or Enko? Enko.
Yeah, that was correct.
Okay.
Enko. Yeah. Greetings. Yeah, my name is Enko Ndemoeda. I am the chancellor of a community research, educational, and development aid organization. It's known as Conscious Communiversity. And since the January threat of Windhoek running out of water by September, and it's already past September, but it's still drinking water, I've been researching with the whole water crisis going on. And what I am going to demonstrate here is a project that's called Aquatech. And I call it Aquatech because it is the mixture of aquaculture and technology. Now, the aquaculture part of this is that this tower standing right here is a water pump.
Just check, is it on?
Yeah? All right, that's good. Okay. So this is a water pump system that uses solar energy to drill underground water. Now, the water that is to be provided by this tower is to be used for things such as livestock breeding, drinking, as well as fish farms. And the whole fish farm thing going on here, or fish pond, we would then use a trick called hydroponics, when you use the water that is fertilized by the fishes to use it to water gardens and farms that we would have around the tower or around the whole project here. Now, the tower itself not only provides water, like I said, there is a technology part on it. Now, the technology part is that this tower will also serve as an internet service provider. And that is by having Wi-Fi hotspots in it and provide or give internet access to people in remote areas. And I will probably be partnering with internet service providers such as Telecom, the MTCs, and the Paratus. They can lease this tower and use their internet service services in remote areas. Now, all around this project, we would also build facilities such as community centers that would be used for information sharing and learning platforms. We would build community kitchens around here as food security. And yeah, that is pretty much what this whole project is about. It's about water water crisis. It's about food security, and it's about technology. Yeah. So okay, let me talk about the fanciness within the tower itself. The tower the tower uses a certain technology that is developed by guys from Austria. They call themselves pump makers. And these guys have developed a very sweet technology that swiftly drills underground water. It's called the pump piston. Now, this pump piston is all I will ever need from these guys in Austria. I am now a certified partner of them, and I am going to build this with Namibian products. I am going to build this with the community people in those communities where I intend to implement this project. And I see it as rural industrialization. And yeah, hopefully it will be, yeah, great implementation. Yeah, yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Yanko, for that.
I can take any
Oh no, we're going to do the questions later. Just for the sake of time, what we're going to do is all the exhibitors are going to go in the exhibition hall at the next one. Yeah, so we can get more questions there. You can see the projects up close and personal for more details. But we'll start with Otapi, ne? Yeah, okay. All right. I just heard that somewhere. So, ladies who take 30 to 45-minute showers, please, let's save water. That's just too long. The ladies be taking too long in the shower. Guys, no, the guys will take 2 to 5 minutes. Real quick, like we're not even there. Ladies, you queue up there. Yeah, but that's a very, very good initiative. Please let us all save water. It's up to us. You know, if you got leaking pipes, inform the city council. If you know, it's important to use water wisely. So I hope we have got something from that, and we'll support the brother when it starts. And we now move on to our third exhibitor. He goes by the name Aaron Amukwaya with something called Owela Game. Oh, had a what? Yay. Let's see what Owela Game is all about. Let me just bring this microphone this side.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Anna Hango, and my colleague here is Jessica Thomas. We are representing Aaron Amkwaya. He's actually the brains behind the Owela game. The Owela game is a Namibian traditional game. It's actually ancient. It has a lot of names. Some call it Oros, Ongoro, Onyune, but the Vambos call it Owela. Um, it's played by many Namibian tribes. The Ovambo, the Okavango, the Herero. Okay, my partner will just demonstrate how it works.
Greetings, everyone. I'm just going to show you how the product works. So over here is a money box where you put $1 and then it gives you 15 minutes to play. So every $1 you put in gives you 15 minutes. And it opens up like this, like the way it is. So there are various options that you can use. As you can see here, there's some languages, indigenous languages in Namibia that one can use. And here we can play against your friend, the human, or you can play against computer at these 3 levels. And here you can enter your name, the person whom you are playing against, and you can also change it here. And here you can change the number of holes. Like you can change it here. It's this one now is 12, but then you can always increase it like to 18 or something, and the number should always be even, so that it gives these 2 holes in between. That's how it looks on the natural ground when people play it on the ground. And when you play, like you pick like naturally you pick with your hands, but here you double tap to pick, and it shows how many did you pick at your hand now. And here it shows how much time do you have and how much credit did you put in. And as you can see, this is an advert running. It's also a platform where one can advertise their product. While people are playing, they can view the product that you are advertising here. And there's also, here you can undo. Like if you maybe picked by mistake, you can always undo here, and it goes back. So there are various type of settings. Like this is when now you are purchasing an online app that's going to be out probably next year. So you can always do it here. So it's like for example, when you have internet access, you can download it here. That's actually the basics of the game. Thank you.
All right. Very interesting. I'm sure we're all going to download that app, huh? Just play with our friends. Feels like you're going back to the village again. I remember that game. We're like, no. But it's a great platform, even have adverts on it. So if more young people can think of great innovative stuff like that, I think we are definitely going places in Namibia. You're always downloading international apps. I want Netflix, I want to play this and that. I think it's about time more people start developing applications like that one, and then we definitely develop the country. Now we're going to move on to our fourth exhibitor. And this is something interesting called a mobile application called Pula 24 by Kapewangolo Homateni. Is he here? Oh, okay. It came from the audience. You surprised me. I thought you were going to be there. Yeah.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Homateni Kapewangolo. I'm co-founder of ePula24, which is a mobile application designed for smartphones. There's a saying that goes that if your business is not online in today's era, then you are most likely to go out of business very quickly. Myself and two of my friends decided to come together to see how can we help local businesses to connect with the rest of the world, and as well as to our local consumers. So we designed an application called ePula24, basically for smartphones at the beginning, but we're also in the process of designing a web application as well for laptops and desktop computers. What is Pula? Pula in our native Oshivambo language means it's to ask. When I was growing up, all the way to varsity as well as, to employment, there's always been a question of how do I access certain goods and services when I need them. And usually when you go on the internet, you go on eBay or Alibaba, you want to find out about a product in Namibia, but it's nowhere, it's not listed anywhere. So Pula24, it's, like I said, it's an app that is user-dependent. The info is entered by you, the business entity, through a secured account via portal, which is www.epula24.com, with your username and password. Consumers are able to use 3 options to get instant access or contact with the supplier, that is via email, telephone, as well as the website. The most important thing about ePula, I just wanted to give an example. If Namibian businesses are advertising their goods and services on ePula platform, and because the app is downloadable from the Google Play Store, if a tourist is coming to Namibia and he wants to know what sort of hotels, B&Bs, pharmacies, doctors, you name it, if your business as a Namibian is listed on ePula24, then the tourist that is coming to Namibia immediately can access your business profile and instantly get in contact with you. The other very good example about the good use of ePula24 if schools are also providing or marketing on our platform, it means that parents are able to know exactly which schools have places so that they can go there and apply for their kids instead of going there and queuing up. Another example is if you are going to a certain location or there's a certain hotel that you are interested in staying in, before you even travel or make a booking, once you go on ePula 24, you are able to see already if there are any rooms available or everything is already booked. Yeah, basically that's ePula 24 in a nutshell. So the next part of my presentation, I'm just going to take you through the different slides of how the application works. Okay? Okay, next slide, please. All right. On the first slide, we have the home page. On the home page, just for example purposes, we have a business that is marketing its exploration license. Exploration license. As well, there's also an old lady that is also marketing her traditional baskets and clay pots. So as soon as you come on the homepage of the ePula 24 mobile app, you are able to see all the different businesses that are currently marketing their products on ePula 24. That's the homepage. On the top right corner, there's the category button, the refresh button, a search button, and then there's also the shopping cart button. On the category side, once you click on the category option, you are able to see the different categories. If you are interested in viewing banks in Namibia or banks in South Africa or banks in Germany or banks in any part of the world, provided that business entity is marketing with ePula 24, you are then able to access their information via the banking category services. If it's a bed and breakfast, as well under the category option, building materials, car rentals, casinos, coffee shops, kapana, anything we are able to market on ePula 24. And the most exciting thing about ePula 24, it's going to be very cheap in comparison to a lot of marketing, I would say, agencies or companies, because with our platform, you only pay $50 per month, limitless options on loading your products or services on ePula 24. The reason for that is we have a lot of unemployed Namibians that can't afford to go to different publications or marketing houses in order to put their businesses out there. So with a $50 entry level per month, you are able to put up as much products as possible on the platform. The next part is if you are interested, for instance, to buy a clay pot from Kukuselma Enterprises CC. So obviously when you view the product on ePula 24, it will be a picture of the product. At the bottom, it will also give you a description of what that product is. The business entity can then enter a description or any other comment on that specific part to say, we only have limited stock, or we are running a promotion this month. Anything, they can put it up there, and it's readily available to you, the consumer. And the moment you are using the application, how do I say, every time it refreshes, it pulls out the latest information that has been loaded. So obviously that is how the product will look like with a description. The next part is if you are interested in buying that clay pot, you click on the contact us button, that is the supplier. So obviously the call or the cell phone option or the phone number option will pop up, the email option will pop up, the website option will pop up. The moment you click on any of those three options, the telephone number of the supplier immediately pops up on your screen on your cell phone, and you call the supplier directly. On your email, if your emails are set up on your phone, immediately when you click on the email option, then obviously your Google account or your personal email setup part on your phone will pop up with the supplier's email in there. The last one is the website. If you want to find out more about what the supplier is providing, if they're having other services that they're providing on the site, so obviously if you click on the website option, it will, the app will directly link you to that company's website. The next part is, if you are now interested in buying that clay pot, you add it to the shopping cart, and then on the shopping cart, it gives you an option of choosing how, in terms of quantity. Do you want 10 clay pots? Do you want 1 clay pot? Do you want 100 clay pots? And immediately on the app, you don't need to have any calculator with you. It will obviously calculate the price already for you. And then once you're happy with the quantity, you click on the checkout option, and then immediately it will give you that page where the total price is, and then it will ask you as the consumer or the client to enter your full name, email address, phone number, and a comment to say, okay, fine, I need these clay pots by only next year, December, or I need them by next week. Please courier them with DHL or whatever it is. And then once you click on the send order, the order is sent to the supplier. So that's basically how, in a nutshell, how ePula24 works. And I just wanted to thank our sponsors, NCRST, for giving us the platform in order for us to develop this application. And yeah, basically, in a nutshell as well, ePula24 can be adapted in any country in the world, regardless. And you as the consumer, once you go onto our platform, you can easily choose a location, say South Africa, Italy, or wherever it is that you are there and you want to access goods and services. And immediately, if there are companies that are advertising on ePula24, that information is at your fingertips. Thank you.
Now, just before you go, I've got an important question. I know we don't have a lot of questions. I just want to find out. So, how do you make money from this application? Do I pay to put my business on?
Yeah, like I said, oh, sorry. Yeah,
$50.
It's $50.
Okay. So even the people outside the country,
everybody's just $50 or $50 for now.
Interesting.
Once the business is up and running, we are looking at developing or advancing the app to the level that if we have options that we deem that is necessary for a certain client to pay more money for it, then we'll go that route. But for now, it's an entry level. We want to boost the SMEs, the guys on the street, to make sure that they put their products out there.
Awesome. 50 bucks. All right. That was also another insightful application. I think if we have more of those, and I think I'm still going to ebay.com. Next is going to be ePula24. Wait, 24 is for 24 hours? I can buy some soap at 1 o'clock in the morning? Is it going to come there at that time? Do I have to wait? Okay. All right. There's more questions. If you got questions, we're going to have the exhibitors in the exhibition hall, and then you get to ask as many questions as possible, because I also still have more questions about that application that I need to find out. All right, but now it's time to move on to something robotic. In this case, the gentleman right there, I've got something interesting for us. It's called the Robotic Embedded System from the UNAM Robotic Project. I didn't know UNAM was got a robotic project. This is something new to me. Here you go, round of applause for the guys. Oh, you don't need, this is for that side. You can, this mic, you can use that side.
Okay. Sorry for that. Let me feel honored to stand in front of you for the first time. We have something interesting here that we're going to show you from University of Namibia. What you call robotics. I think it's the first time in Namibia, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. I was just getting some direction from
You know, it's touching it like it's hot. You know? Why? Okay, no, but you don't really have to bend down for it. I think it'll pick you up. You can just. This is fine, isn't it? You can just speak from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine now, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Paul S. Shituna. Doing Bachelor of Science, Computer Science at University of Namibia. What we have here is a robotics club which we have started this year, earlier this year by March, February there. It's not that big project. And we have achieved some tasks in this project. As you can see in the first page, there's a robotics crab and the pig there. That's one of the robotics that we are going to present. Okay, the next page, we have the automations, vehicles and robotics, and those are the participants that have contributed to the project. Okay, then that's parts of the robotics, which is embedded systems, and my fellow colleague there, one of our scientists, computer scientists, they will explain more about this. And before that, we are going to give you the presentation first for you to understand what's going on. Then we do demonstration when you're done explaining. Yeah, the next scientist is there.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just briefly going to explain what embedded systems are. Embedded systems are basically just small computer systems that are embedded within a bigger mechanical system or electrical system. So in modern embedded systems are based on microcontrollers, example CPUs with integrated memory. Now with embedded systems, they are very small, they are cheap in comparison to, let's say, a computer processor will fetch for something like over $1,000 to $2,000, but an embedded system will cost you roughly about $150. Uses of embedded systems, it's in these traffic lights, digital watches, and in the medical field, they are used in MRIs.
Okay, my fellow colleague will take over for the case of the embedded systems in a robotics field.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tangeni. So I'm just going to take you guys through. I'm just going to explain to you guys. Okay, what are robots? What are they? Okay, robots are machines that, like in our case, we're focusing mostly on autonomous robots and vehicles. So what are these systems? These are systems that are not really controlled by humans, but what they do is they do their activities on their own without direct human interaction. So what happens is these robots, they follow a certain algorithm whereby they first sense their environment and then think or process what they sense within the environment and then act upon this information they got from the environment. So.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chisulo, and I'm going to talk about the autonomous robots and how exactly they work. So autonomous robots use microprocessors, as my friend Stefan said, and these are the same sort of chips that you would find in air conditioners, digital watches, and the other examples that they use. So in our case, our robots are fitted on with these microprocessors. That's what we use to program them. And then they also have sensors. So for example, over here, this is an example of a sensor. They use the sensors to sort of interact with the world around them and sort of get information from it. That's what they use to then process it. So basically, what we do is we program them once on the basic instruction that they're supposed to do. Then in the environment, they'll get the information from there, and then using that programming, they'll decide what they should do. So talking about their application, first of all, of course, we're dealing with autonomous vehicles, so that would be one. Self-driving cars and other sort of autonomous machinery are becoming more popular these days. But there are other forms of assistive technology as well. So in medical institutions are things like MRI scanners, other sensors that are used to monitor human conditions such as heart rates and other conditions. There are things like agriculture and farming, smart houses, manufacturing, and perhaps even an example of the aquatech that was presented earlier. It mentioned how they used solar. So maybe with sensors, they will be able to detect maybe if there was a lot of cloud coverage that day, like it would be able to tell that there isn't as much sunlight and perform in an appropriate manner for this. So yeah, there are a whole lot of possibilities that can come with embedded systems and autonomous machines. So now we're just going to give a short demonstration of what our robots here do.
Okay, what we have in here, we have 3 boobot robots using a basic STEM microcontroller. Basically, the first one we're demonstrating have a gripper that can be used in agricultural environment. It can grab objects in front of them and move them around. For example, let's just, oh. Okay. And the next one use whiskers with sensors obstacle when it touches and move around the obstacle. And it senses which side is the obstacle so that it moves on the opposite direction. And the next one is a sonar sensor that senses the obstacle from distance, and when it senses in certain, it can measure the distance. When it measures the distance on the sensor, it also moves away. Those sensors can be used in automobile, like in cars, for example, so that it can avoid so many accidents. So basically, that's what we have.
Before we finish the demonstration, there's something else that's also part of this whole autonomous vehicles concept, which is the night vision camera. If the camera could look into this whole, it won't be able to see what's happening inside here. But with this night vision camera, it's able to show us what's inside the box. There's a small note inside. But if you have to look the naked eye, you won't be able to see. So these are some of the technologies that we plan to fit into our robotics very soon.
As you can see, we really don't have the big table or the space you could have seen a lot. It's only that you can see that we are just, we are trying to squeeze it, turn it around on the short distance. But if we could have the space, the large space, then you can have seen a lot. That's what we have brought for you. Computer Science Department and Information Technology, University of Namibia. I thank you.
Oh, another round of applause for the UNAM Robotics. I've seen a whole lot of stuff. I didn't think that was possible here, but UNAM is proving me wrong, eh? Most people think people go to play at UNAM. There you go. They go to play wisely, if I should say it like that. Hey, so those night vision goggles, are they for sale, though? Like, I know a couple of people who can use those. Okay. I hope we are picking up things from these presentations because it's important for us to ask more questions. We're going to have them, as I keep saying, in the exhibition hall so that we can get more information about these projects. And I think they can also give numbers, ne? Or where to find you for more if you want to see these things at another time in case you're rushing somewhere later. All right, so I think we got like 2 more people left. We have our next exhibitor goes by the name Paulus Shituna. That's Save a Life. Is that you again? Oh, okay. I think the entry level for genius is an afro. I'm going to keep that. We're going to keep an afro as well. All right, here you go.
Yeah, I just forgot to tell you that I'll come back. By this time, I have a mobile app. We developed 2 weeks ago at Polytechnic of NASTA, Namibia University of Science and Technology, at the Gender-Based Violence Hackathon. This app, we name it Save a Life, meaning it can save your life. When you are in that danger area of being abused by your friend, husband, wife, kids, and so on. What I'm going to do here, I'll just have a small sentence there that every code work for software starts with a scratching a developer's personas each. Meaning before you start, it consumes a lot of energy for a developer to come up with a mobile app or software. So you have to think first out of the box before you come up with that technological app. I just failed to introduce my colleagues, members. They are there. They didn't. 2 girls there, and 1 gentleman behind is controlling the system there as well. We are all together. Okay, we are moving to the next page. Those are the developers people that participated to code this mobile app. Here we have the features of the app. Basically, it works with offline, meaning it doesn't need the internet. Even you have a Katoshi, I have a Katoshi here. Here in Shivambo, we call it a Katoshi. Kamakoshi or something. Meaning, you can use it, you don't need the internet, you just need the MTC number or TN mobile number. You can save your life. The receiver doesn't need the internet access as explained before. The relevant authority numbers are inbuilt in the app, meaning when you coded this app, we put the numbers, the default numbers, inside of the app, meaning the user doesn't need to enter those numbers, but has to find them on the device. It's inbuilt in the app. It has the MGS button that does the saved contacts by SMS, meaning these images, you have to save it yourself. For instance, maybe you can assign the numbers for your relatives, friends, someone you trust. In case the time you're in danger, then send the SMS. That person can reply as soon as possible. You can put as many as possible, 10 or 20 like that. I'm going to demonstrate to you. And the app has also evaluation survey evaluated by the app, and query a photo that is sent to the server of the relevant body. Meaning here, it has a survey, meaning we put the survey. You know, when a person is being abused, sometimes doesn't know what's going on. Like something that doesn't know that he or she being abused, but we put a survey, and that survey can accumulate everything. We put the questions, like ask the user, are you being like this? Are you being like this? Then the end, it can send the SMS that yes, you are being abused, or no, you are okay, stay cool. Yeah, it's against over the possible. People may know about it. Yeah, that was I explained before. Why we have developed this app? It's very advantage to the people in the remote area, like the northern part of Namibia. We have no people with smartphones. Our elders, they're also using sometimes Kamatosha, the one I showed before. So they can also save their lives like that. People with no data don't need the NTC data. It doesn't require much interaction, meaning it's a straightforward map, app, and first way seek for the help in case of the emergency, meaning you can get the emergency contact, the inbuilt, or the one you put. Here is these are the interactive buttons. It's a snapshot of just took some of the buttons for the app, like the three-faced buttons. The very first one, which is the Alt button, meaning when you open the app, the first button comes up. You don't need anything. You just need to place. When you place, the number that you saved in the device can receive the SMS. When you just place on that button, can receive the as soon as possible. 10 or 20, you can receive SMS. And here is just the list of the buttons, which are the report tips and the gender-based behavior that I explained before, and the GBV contacts and the images contact. And here, the third one is the images contact. Those contacts are going to show you how to pull the phone in the device. Then you report the case, take the live photo, send it to the server. Maybe that server should be with the police station, Ministry of Gender, or Gender and Child Protection, like that, and the societies for the life safe. Yeah. Okay, now we can go to the demonstration. I hope my colleague stay at the back and he can able to screen up the app. Yeah, I'm giving the chance to my colleague.
Yo. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Salma, and I just want to say a little something that I think you forgot to say. So our app, for safety reason, after you send an SMS, probably you just wanted those people to know that you're really in danger. So you can, like for now, we have smartphones. You can take a selfie just for you. Maybe you were like abused by your husband, get beaten, and then get sore. So you can take a selfie. And then you just upload it quickly, then post it. She's really in danger or something. Okay, and our app also have some tips for kids where you can just go on the app, and then there are some tips like, okay, for a kid, how can you really notice that you are being abused? Maybe you don't know, but you've just been there abused and you don't know. You can get some tips there, and yeah. So now we're just gonna demonstrate how it works. So when you send, or maybe you click the button, okay, the press button for emergency alert contacts, and your text will just display to anyone who is in that list, like, okay, maybe help me, or I need help. And it will also include your detail, like where are you, your name, and why you need help, or something like that. Okay, let's demonstrate our app quickly. Isaac? Okay. Okay, before he's finishing, for safety reason, for our app, once you send that text, it's not gonna be saved in your phone. So maybe your husband will come and like, who did you send this text? So it's not gonna stay in your phone. It will just be saved in the database way. Yeah, for safety reason.
Okay. I can see the server is up that side. Is that? Okay. Now I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to ask one of the audience there to give me her or his number, cell phone number, NTC number, even Katosha, and their name, quick, as soon as possible.
Just stand up and say your number out.
Okay, we have a. Okay. You can have a mic. Then you say it. Then I want your name first.
Benedict Jager.
Can you spell it for me?
Okay. Sarah.
Sarah.
Sarah Angula.
Okay. Thank you, miss. Okay. Can I have your cell phone number?
081.
081.
289.
289.
80.
80.
24.
24.
Yep.
I wait. 289.
80.
080. 24.
Yes.
Okay, let me go through again. 289880.
No. 289.
Yes.
80.
Yes.
24.
24.
Yes.
Okay, I got it. Okay, now I'm going to, as you can, I don't think you can see here, I'm going to save this emergency contact in the device. Then I restart the app. Then when I place that first button, when I just placed, you can see the SMS. Okay, I save the contact. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to just place the first, okay, I'm going to place the first interface or the first button. Send the SMS. Okay. Now, you receive it.
Yes.
Can you just...
Please help me. I'm in danger via Save a Life app.
Thank you. Now, we want to show the pic on the server. We want to show the live screen, the live photo on the server. Maybe that server is in the Namibia police, city police, meaning that person can see the live, what's happening or what happened. And the proof will be also there. The phone number, cell phone number will be also there. Okay, here I have the report. Any incidents, meaning report a case. Here I'm going to maybe just to give a description of the case. I mean of the incidents that happened. Maybe I have been abused. I have been abused. By my wife, okay. Okay. Now I write. I want now to take a pic. Can I take a selfie? Okay. Can you all look at here? Okay, fine. Let me just take the whole of it. Okay, it's done. Now I just need to send it. Check. Okay. Maybe you can see here the description up and the pic is there. I just need to report. If I press the report button, it's sent. Yeah, it's a new word in a dictionary. I just waiting the SMS. It has to update me that it has been sent. Yeah, the image has been uploaded. We just have to wait the server. Yeah, we have a connection error there. I think the Wi-Fi is tripping. I think base now. Very good. There we have a pic, and everything is there. Okay, that's all what we have for you about coming from the Save a Life app that you have developed a few weeks ago. We thank you. See you next time.
Yo, another round of applause for Paulus and the team. I know you got some questions. You can ask them a little later. As I said, everybody who's here from Aquatech and the robotics, including Paulus as well, they're going to be in the exhibition hall. I don't know. Paulus just looks like he's always happy. He's always smiling. Do you ever have a bad day? No. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a new word everyone's going to be using now. Cha. Okay. All right. So we're almost done with the first part of our exhibitions for the morning to the afternoon section. I think the next person who's going to be coming to share with us is Mr. Leo Burawasa. Did I hope I pronounced your name right? Mora. Where's the Leo? All right, there you are, sir. Just a round of applause as he comes to the stage. Oh, you want to be moving around? Okay, I'll just get that for you. Okay, there it is.
Hello? I guess everybody can hear me now. Okay, good morning, everybody. Well, it's now afternoon, sorry. Lunch is just around the corner. Unfortunately, they gave me what I call the graveyard shift. You know, everybody's thinking about lunch and everybody's watching their clock. So I'll make it as sweet as possible and as short as possible. Okay, I'm here today representing the LEAP Business Incubator. Currently, the LEAP Business Incubator has got a total of 3 tech businesses under incubation, covering manufacturing, construction, to IT. Now, one of the things we're going to share with you, yep, better? Okay. So basically, one of the things we're going to share with you today is some of the innovations that are currently under incubation. I hope everybody is aware what a business incubator is. Is there somebody that doesn't know what a business incubator is? Okay, I have one hand. Okay. To simply put it, a business incubator is the equivalent of, moisture-rich soil, nutrient-rich soil to a seed, where the seed in this case is a business. So basically, when a business is in a business incubator, it's almost like it's in a mother's womb, where we make sure it gets all the right support financially, technically, etc., to make sure that this business grows into a fully flourishing business that is actually viable and able to stand on its own. That's basically what a business incubator does. Okay, our main focus, of course, has been on the tech side. And on the tech side, like I said, we got currently 3 businesses under incubation, covering manufacturing, okay, construction, and of course, IT. On IT side, they are covering interesting things such as virtual reality, things such as augmented reality, data warehousing, data mining, interesting things like dark data, I don't know if you've come across dark data before. Almost every organization has dark data floating around there, which provides very interesting insights into what's going on in the organization that even the business itself didn't even know was happening. Okay, but anyways, I think I've got my assistants at the back there who are going to stand up shortly, and they're going to show you a very simple application of one of these technologies. So if maybe you can activate the cameras quickly. Okay, so one of the techs that's currently under incubation is by a company called Core Elite IT. That banner right at the end there, that's one of the companies under the business incubator. So they have been working with augmented reality and virtual reality. How many people here have come across the game Pokemon Go? You've heard about it. Okay, well, this company has already been playing with exactly the same technology for over a year now. And they can actually create augmented reality applications similar to Pokemon Go. In fact, come this December, there's a video I'll show you just shortly now. Like I said, I'm going to keep it sweet and simple. One of the events that we're having for the first time on Namibian soil this year is called the Hour of Code. And this Hour of Code, the purpose is basically to teach the youth how to program. Okay? So the purpose of it is to teach the youth to program. And in so teaching them to program, to also teach them how to think. Okay, now people might say, but everybody can think. You'll actually be shocked. There's one scholar, Edward de Bono. I think one time he even came to Polytech to give a presentation. This man is prolific in writing books. He can write a complete book, for example, in one single flight between here and Singapore, for example. And he wrote books like Sa Petition, for example, which means going beyond competition. He's written a lot of books on innovations, etc., etc. Okay, anyway, coming back to my key point here, is that basically we have the ability here on Namibian soil to do very interesting things. It's just that these things have not been given the right environment for them to actually grow. I'm sure if these guys had gone to, let's say, a bank or a commercial bank and said, listen, we want to actually make virtual reality and augmented reality a practical solution that we can actually be able to use here for supporting marketing, education, engineering, etc., etc., they would probably have been told, well, there's no sample business in that area, so we don't have any baseline matrix, therefore we cannot really trust that you'll be able to make money, you'll be able to do something with it, etc., etc. And I'm sure some of the innovations that have been presented here, if they had gone to a normal commercial bank, they would have run into exactly the same thing if they had actually tried to turn them into actual reality. Okay, so Pokemon Go, like I was saying, how many people here would like to actually learn how to write such applications? Okay, I'm seeing a few. Adults are also welcome to join, by the way. This hour of code that I'm gonna show you a short video about and explain in a brief instance. But so far, I think about 400 plus people in Windhoek have already registered to attend this hour of code, which will take place sometime in very early December, where you actually come to learn how to write some of this type of interesting applications, one of which we'll show you shortly now, including how to also program robotics. Okay, my man here from UNAM, I actually used to teach applied programming for engineering at Polytechnic. I was the deputy head of business computing at the Poly. And one of the things I was actually tasked with is to teach people how to program robots. So one of the things that we'll also teach people to do during that hour of code is how to program robots. Okay, so we will give you a nice little robot with all kinds of sensors attached to it, and you will have to make it do something useful, something practical, something meaningful. And this hour of code will actually allow anybody from age 7 and up. Okay, so if you're from age 7 and up, you're welcome to register. My colleague Jenny, actually she says we can go all the way to age 4. Thank you. Okay, so even age 4, they can actually join in December to attend that hour of code, which will take place over a period of 5 days for the first time on Namibian soil under the Leap Business Incubator. And you will learn how to program, how to create applications, augmented reality applications such as Pokemon Go, etc., etc., under that hour of code. It will be basically over a period of 5 days, hour of code simply because each lesson takes only 1 hour. Okay, now can we quickly go to an example of the augmented reality at the back there? Okay, let me wait for my people at the back to activate it. Okay, I guess there's some rewiring that needs to happen quickly. Okay, let's wait. Okay, the picture has come up. So he's just gonna quickly activate the augmented reality application that they coded. Now this was coded locally, remember? So this is not some guys in Japan or somewhere writing a Pokemon Go application. Okay, so now there we have our real image coming through the camera. Now he's gonna hold up some what we call anchor images. You see that anchor image there? It's just a cardboard box. Okay, now he's holding it to the camera. Okay, the anchor image there. Okay, so this one is basically of a 3D view of a skeleton. Can you see that there? The actual page itself is just a unique picture that they just drew actually with pen. Not even special printing or anything like that. When the camera hits that, it passes it through the processor or the augmented reality engine and basically then creates a projection of a skeleton in 3D or in 3 dimension. Maybe you can rotate it for people to see the inside organs as well there. So basically your boring class in biology just became a little bit more interesting because now you can actually interact with it directly and let it come to life. Now there, I think you can even see the heart beating, yeah? Okay, so what organs are we seeing there? I mean, I see a few students there. Okay, the heart, the lungs, and so forth, right? Okay, maybe you can show them the brain. So there's another one. Okay. So here's another cardboard. You see, somebody just drew something there, said brain, and made that the anchor image. So these are the things you learn to program and create, yeah? Now he's gonna hold it up there, and then what do we get? A 3D image in augmented reality, which basically mixes virtual together with reality to come up with the augmented image to be able to show what is happening in the brain in 3D, projected into your space. Are we fine so far there? Is everybody still on board, or did I lose some people? I can always get some life jackets. Okay. So basically there, that's an example of augmented reality at work. Now, he also has a full biology book at the back there where you can be able to take any cell phone. I think everybody here has a cell phone. Okay. You'll be able to install an app on your cell phone and point it to some anchor images in a book, for example, and be able to see 3-dimensional views of normal, everyday, 2-dimensional pictures that you normally find in books. Now, this has applications in engineering. Okay, when you're modeling a new vehicle, for example, when you're modeling a new building and you would like people to have an actual walkthrough, whereby I want them to be able to interact with what I have created. To education, for example, you just saw an example there of educational applications. But like I said, even Pokemon Go is just a variation on the same application or the same technology. So basically, if you look at Pokemon Go, what they have is what we call anchor images, or that image could be an actual building. So in other words, instead of making it that paper, we could have taken a picture of, let's say, that fire extinguisher there. And then the moment you point your camera to it, your cell phone, all kinds of information pop up around that fire extinguisher. Okay, are we fine so far? Okay, now, another thing that they will show you in the next hall, okay, after this, they will be in there, they will have some virtual reality glasses. They've created some virtual worlds that you can actually be able to go and put on the glasses and interact with and see some of the interesting things that they've been up to. And they will have also an example of where they've actually taken a normal, boring textbook and actually created a more interactive textbook out of it. So that you'll also be able to see when you go to the other side in a short while. Now remember, I'm all about keeping it sweet and simple. See, I've been a lecturer for a while, so I've seen a few of my students sitting in here, so I'm sure they're scared that I'll go into a lecture mode right now. Okay, I think if you can play the video for us on the hour of code. 2 minutes. Okay. I guess there's a little tweaking, not twerking, sorry. Yeah, a little tweaking that needs to happen at the back there for the hour of code. So I'm gonna let other people for once do the talking.
I was 13 when I first got access to a computer.
My parents bought me a Macintosh in 1984 when I was 8 years old.
I was in 6th grade.
I learned to code in college.
Freshman year, first semester, intro to computer science.
I wrote a program to play tic-tac-toe.
I think it was pretty humble beginnings. I think the first program I wrote asked things like, what's your favorite color? Or how old are you?
I first learned how to make a green circle and a red square appear on the screen.
The first time I actually had something come up and say, hello world, and I made a computer do that. It was just astonishing.
Learning how to program didn't start off as wanting to learn all of computer science or trying to master this discipline or anything like that. It just started off because I wanted to do this one simple thing. I wanted to make something that was fun for myself and my sisters. And I wrote this little program, and then basically just add a little bit to it. And then when I needed to learn something new, I looked it up, either in a book or on the internet, and then added a little bit to it.
It's really not unlike kind of playing an instrument or something, or playing a sport. It starts out being very intimidating, but you kind of get the hang of it over time.
Coding is something that can be learned, and I know it can be intimidating. A lot of things are intimidating, but what isn't?
A lot of the coding that people do is actually fairly simple. It's more about the process of breaking down problems than sort of coming up with complicated algorithms as people traditionally think about it.
You don't have to be a genius to know how to code. You need to be determined.
Addition, subtraction, that's about it.
You should probably know your multiplication tables.
You don't have to be a genius to code. Do you have to be a genius to read?
Even if you want to become a race car driver or play baseball or build a house, all of these things have been turned upside down by software.
What it is, computers are everywhere. You want to work in agriculture? Do you want to work in entertainment? Do you want to work in manufacturing? It's just all over.
Here we are, 2013. We all depend on technology to communicate, to bank, information, and none of us know how to read and write code.
When I was in school, I was in this after-school group called the Whiz Kids, and when people found out, they laughed at me and all these things, and I'm like, man, I don't care. I think it's cool, and I'm learning a lot, and some of my friends have jobs.
Our policy is literally to hire as many talented engineers as we can find. The whole limit in the system is just that there just aren't enough people who are trained and have these skills today.
To get the very best people, we try to make the office as awesome as possible.
We have a fantastic chef,
Free food,
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
free laundry,
snacks, even places to play and video games and scooters. There's all these kind of interesting things around the office and places where people can play or relax or go to think or play music or be creative.
Whether you're trying to make a lot of money or whether you just want to change the world, computer programming is an incredibly empowering skill to learn.
I think if someone had told me that software is really about humanity, that it's really about helping people by using computer technology, it would have changed my outlook a lot earlier.
To be able to actually come up with an idea and then see it in your hands and then be able to press a button and have it be in millions of people's hands. I mean, I think we're the first generation in the world that's really ever had that kind of experience.
Just to think that, I mean, you can start something in your college dorm room and you can have a set of people who haven't built a big company before come together and build something that 1 billion people use as part of their daily lives is just crazy to think about, right? It's humbling and it's amazing.
The programmers of tomorrow are the wizards of the future. You know, you're going to look like you have magic powers compared to everybody else.
I think it's amazing. I think it's the closest thing we have to a superpower.
Great coders are today's rock stars. That's it.
Okay, so that's a brief intro to the hour of code and the need for people to learn how to program. Now, a lot of people might sit there and say, well, maybe it applies to the States or anywhere else, but I think most of you in here probably got here in a car that has got embedded software that is running some form of application program that is controlling either the combustion process or maybe controlling your ABS braking system. Some of you are even privileged enough to own cars that have already got autopilot. They can practically drive themselves. All those things had to be written by somebody. And basically the aim of the hour of code is to get more and more Namibians jumping onto the bandwagon and learning how to code. And basically realizing the power that lies in being able to create your very own applications. So a lot of you, especially us youngsters, have got cell phones, but how many of you use your cell phones besides for Snapchat and WhatsApp and Facebook to actually try and create an actual application that does something? So you already have the basic tool. Most of you, your cell phones are more powerful than the computers that were actually on the Apollo 11 spacecraft. Did you know that? Your phones have more RAM and more processing power than the computers that got Apollo 11 to the moon. Think about that. Yeah? So basically what we're trying to say is that a lot of the baseline already exists. It's just that we need to get more people started with coding a lot sooner rather than later. I myself, I remember I learned how to program Java programming. It wasn't taught in my faculty or anything at the time. It was a new programming language, and I learned how to apply it. And then what happened is that after a while, I got a strange call. It was the strangest interview I ever attended here in Namibia. I was called to an office of one of the deans at Polytech and told there are only 3 people in Namibia at that time, that was the year 2000, that knew how to do what I do. The one was a Dr. Madrin Kosberg. He was already working at the Polytechnic. The other, Dr. Jens Dietrich. He was already working at Polytech. And then Madrin Kosberg, he had his own media company, so he was too busy to do it. And the only other person that was free was me. And basically, I was curious to know what this thing was. And then when she told me, no, it's how to program applications in Java. And more or less to create applied to write this code to actually apply it to a certain area, be it robotics, electronics, etc., etc. So me, I was like, oh, okay, you're talking about that little hobby of mine. It's just a pastime, you know, when I'm bored, that's what I do. When I'm bored, I don't go watch TV, I don't go do all kinds of things, I write code. Okay, there are several people I see here that also have the same dispensation, like the gentleman here. Basically, they have the same passion. When they are bored, they write code. They write applications that do things. And what was interesting, that time I think I was only 21 years old. And then they told me, no, we'll pay you to be a consultant to the Polytechnic to develop a curriculum plus teach it. And we'll pay you $500 an hour to do it. Now you can imagine, I walked into the whole interview. I used to cut my jeans down here. So they go over my boots, they were torn, and I was wearing my jacket, which was the only formal thing I had on. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, You pay me what? We'll pay you $500 per hour. Now you can think, this is the year 2000. $500 per hour to do this, okay? Now I'm like, okay, I didn't know the value of this stuff until that time when somebody told me that it's worth that much money per hour. And that was also the time I learned to hate holidays because I was being paid as a consultant. So when we went on holidays at the school, I lost money. Okay, but yeah, strictly speaking, what I'm trying to point out here is that you're never too young to start. Okay, the younger you start, the better. Okay, the younger you start, the better. And the aim of the Hour of Code is to get more and more Namibians involved in coding. The more we have, the better we are as an economy to be able to take advantage of the whole knowledge economy movement that's going on right now. Because that is where the real jobs are. That is where the real money is. I mean, there's the year 2000. Just doing that for an hour, you're already being paid $500 per hour. You use banking, mobile banking applications. Those of you that have received e-wallets before, somebody had to write that code. Somebody had to create that application. Okay, most of you have got cell phones with Snapchat, Facebook, and what have you. All those applications were created by people like you and me. And those people are not much smarter than we are, besides what people might actually think. All they had was basically, they had the ability to convert their thinking into code. And this is what we want to do under the Hour of Code. Okay, now my colleague at the back there, Jenny, will basically have her laptop for those people that are interested in joining the Hour of Code that will take place in December for the first time in Namibian soil, that you can register. Then we'll contact you. And any other people that might be here from the, what can I say, from the industry that might want to cooperate with us or come in as co-sponsors, you're also welcome to provide your details so that we can also include you in this interesting initiative. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Leo. It's a very, very interesting thing. I think I would sign up for that. I love the whole idea. $500 per hour. Goodness. I have ideas for that. That is good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your attention through the morning session. We're not done yet. We still have more exhibitions after lunch, which is now. So just a call on the CEOs and the sponsors that are here. All these projects that you've seen probably need funding. So if you're interested in, helping out young Namibians further their dreams and ambitions, I think it's good to meet them in the exhibition hall after lunch and discuss ways on how you can sponsor this. Just here are the instructions for lunch. If I may just have your attention, please. Sorry. Lunch is going to be served in two places. There's a tent outside, then there's a restaurant on the other side. But how it's going to work is that the CEOs and the regional and local authorities and representatives and the members of parliament are just going to remain behind now. And then the sponsors, people like Telecom Namibia and everybody else, the tickets for lunch are at your stands. That's where you will find them. And then everybody else, the students here and our audience members at the back, as you walk out, you're going to find people in this kind of shirt, not anybody else. They'll be giving away tickets for lunch. It's going to be a green ticket. Then just make your way to the tent. When you head out from this exit, you turn right and then turn left again. Just keep going past the Huawei truck. You're going to see a tent on the other side. That's where lunch is being served. So regional, local authorities, representatives, MPs, CEOs, just stay behind, and then we're going to give you tickets. Then everybody else, we can just make our way for lunch. Please come back at 2 o'clock. We're going to continue the next session of exhibitions. Thank you.